Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be sort of a response video that's been going around recently. I've not been tagged by anyone per se as of yet, but I thought I'd do my video anyway, get it posted because it's my favourite decade. So it was very difficult to create like a perfect list for me, and it is of course my top 10 films of the 90s. Really difficult to whittle it down to 10 because a lot of my favourite films did come out in the 90s, and there's some I'm not even going to mention in this video that I could quite easily have included as honourable mentions. With that said, there is quite a lot of honourable mentions as well because, like I said, there's just so many films and I want to include as many as I can, get some out there to people, although I'd imagine most of them are going to appear on other people's lists at some point. Some in my honourable mentions will probably be, I've seen in quite a few, most top 10 lists, but everyone's list is going to be different. And this is just my list at the end of the day. I want to get it out there. I'm not entirely sure when I'll upload this. It's Saturday evening, the day I'm recording this. So I've got my weekly watches, which I'll probably be doing in the morning at some point. So that'll be tomorrow. So maybe next week sometime I'll hopefully get this uploaded. I've got a few other videos to upload as well. So we shall have to see. Anyway, there's quite a few to get through, so I'll get straight in with it. My first honourable mention I'm going to talk about is Nobody's Fool, a recent sort of revisit for me on this Kino Lorber 4K. I had seen it many years ago, couldn't really remember too much about it, and like I said, watched it again recently and just absolutely fell in love with it. I truly believe that this is Paul Newman's best film, his best performance. He should have won an Oscar for his performance in this film. It's just a really good sort of feel-good comedy drama about an everyday guy going about his life, trying to heal his bond with his son, his grown son, and he saw everybody in the town knows him, and it's just a really nice film. Just makes you feel good. It's one of those sort of comfort watches, so I have to include it on the list. It may be a new favourite of mine, but it's still a favourite nonetheless, so it had to be included on the list as an honourable mention. Next up, a banger of a film, and I only got around to watching this for the first time last year. Just love it. Just love the feel of it, the griminess to it, the action. I just think it's a brilliant film, and that is Brandon Lee and The Crow. Awesome film. I won't go near the remake. I'm not even going to tempt myself by trying to give the remake a watch. This was just such an awesome film. Ernie Hudson as well in it, plays the cop. Michael Wincott as the villain's excellent in this. Just a fantastic sort of revenge film. Is it Eric? His name's Eric, isn't it? I swear it doesn't say on the back, but I'm sure his name's Eric. Is it Eric Draven? I think I might have got it right. I don't know. Fantastic film if you've not seen it. Highly recommend watching it. It looks great. It's, like I said, got a grimy look and feel to it. And yeah, just an awesome film from the 90s. That's The Crow. We then have another underappreciated film from the 90s. I have seen on one other list, I believe. Only one other person has mentioned it. I'm trying to remember who it was because I've seen quite a few of them now. I think it was Jamie at Muckman Movies. I think he mentioned it, but it's Strange Days. Fantastic turn of the millennium sci-fi thriller with Ralph Fiennes, Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis, Michael Wincott again in this one. Fantastic sort of high concept sci-fi film written by James Cameron, directed by Catherine Bigelow. Like I said, it's the turn of the century, and Ralph Fiennes plays an ex-cop. There's this drug that's going around that's messing with people, and he's got to try and stop the people responsible for it. It's a fantastic film. I watched it not this New Year's just gone, the New Year's before for the first time, and again another one that I instantly fell in love with. Just an awesome gem of a 90s film, that is Strange Days. Probably my favourite horror film of all time, and I could have included this in my top 10, but like I said, it was a very difficult task. Yeah, just really made me want to delve into horror more after watching this film. It's one of my favourite franchises as well. It's the original Scream, directed by Wes Craven. From the opening scene, which is just iconic in horror films, all the way through the characters, some of the deaths in this, iconic lines. It just reinvented the horror, the genre of horror at the time, because it was just completely fresh and a different take on everything. Very meta, just a great horror film. It's a shame they're milking it now. Whilst I've had fun with all of the sequels, sort of after 2, you're like, they don't need to do any more. The first 2 are great, and the rest are just alright. Fantastic foreign language film here. Life is Beautiful, another first time watch for me last year. It's just a wonderful film. It's got quite a dark ending to it, but the whole themes throughout the film, just this family, Roberto Benigni, who's fantastic in the film. It is a really beautiful film. It's a great film. I'm not going to give too much away. It's about family in Italy, I believe, during the war, Jewish family. It's during the war. Obviously, they're at threat of Nazis and all that. It's a great film, yeah. Another one I love. It's a tad long, but just hits me every time. Meet Joe Black. You've got Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, Claire Forlani. Basically, it follows Anthony Hopkins' character, he's got it all. He's got the perfect life, and he's just about to turn 65, and he gets a visit from this mysterious stranger who goes by the name of Joe Black, played by Brad Pitt. And he basically eventually tells Anthony Hopkins' character that he's actually deaf, and he is going to give him some extra time because he's come to take him. He's going to give him some extra time if he sort of shows him what it means to be a human. But obviously falls in love with his daughter along the way. It's just a really good film. There's a scene in the hospital, beautiful scene with him and an elderly woman. The ending, the score by Thomas Newman is just so powerful. Yeah, really fantastic drama this one is. Meet Joe Black. Probably my favourite Al Pacino film. Someone else had this on their list. Again, might have been Jamie that had this on his list. There's been a lot of lists, like I say. I've had to go with Carlito's Way. I think Ash had this on his list, actually. Might have been Ash. My favourite Al Pacino film, again, first time watch again for me last year. Some great first time watches for 90s films last year. I'm actually currently watching The Quick and the Dead, another 90s film, and I'm going to plan on watching Braveheart after that. Get some more crossed off the list. Just a great crime thriller. Al Pacino trying to get out of, he's just got out of prison, and he's just trying to get out of this way of life, but everything's sort of dragging him down. Fantastic. Sean Penn is incredible in this. You've got Penelope Ann Miller, brilliant. Just a brilliant crime thriller, that one. Well, I had to include this, one of the best westerns I've ever seen, in my opinion. Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris. Just a death murderer's row cast, is that what they call them? It's probably one of Clint's, if not his best film, in my opinion, that I have seen so far. Just what a way to go out for westerns for Clint. This is his like swan song for westerns, and it is perfect. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend you watching it. Goodfellas, had to include a Scorsese film on this list, and this is one of my favourite Scorsese films, period. Just can chuck it on any time. I just absolutely love the story, love the characters. Just gets me every time. I just love this story. The mob. This is, I think, like I said, is one of his best films. It's one of my favourite gangster films. Is my favourite gangster film, I would probably go as far to say. Yeah, De Niro, Pesci, Liotta, everyone in this, Paul Sorvino, Lorraine Bracco, even Scorsese's own mother, who appears in it, who plays Joe Pesci's character's mum, I believe. Brilliant. Yeah, just brilliant stuff. Got 2 more honourable mentions, and these are probably the biggest shockers. These unfortunately did not make it into my top 10, but are nonetheless absolutely, probably, I'd go as far to say near perfect films. 7, definitely Fincher's best. I rewatched Fight Club recently, and that used to be one of my favourites, but it's gone down a bit. It didn't do as much for me on a rewatch, but this one just holds up. It's a fantastic serial killer thriller. Solidified sort of Brad Pitt as a star. Morgan Freeman's excellent. Kevin Spacey's brilliant in it, even though he's only got a small part in the film. Just a really dirty, grimy crime film. You don't actually know what city it's supposed to be set in because they never actually allude to it. It's always raining and just horrible weather, except for obviously that iconic end scene in the desert. Fantastic film. 7. And then we've also got Shawshank Redemption, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman again. One of the best prison films ever made. Again, another excellent score from Thomas Newman. Perfectly directed by Frank Darabont. Just great prison film, like I said. Whatchamacallit, Bob Gunton as the warden is absolutely despicable. What else can be said? I mean, Clancy Brown, William Sadler, just fantastic film this is. That's The Shawshank Redemption. Right, now on to my top 10. And coming in at number 10 is The Truman Show. Jim Carrey in what I believe to be his best performance he's ever given. It's close between this and Eternal Sunshine. I mean, if we were talking about... I didn't mention it in my best films of the last 25 years of the century video, but that would probably make it as an honourable mention, to be honest. This, however, I think is his best performance and his best film. I've seen this multiple times now. I just love the world and the fact that this was basically a precursor to what our reality television is like nowadays, and it really is a load of shit, in my opinion, nowadays. But this just basically showed what paved the way for all of that, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you got Holland Taylor as his mum, obviously. She's brilliant. Ed Harris, Paul Giamatti in a small role, Laura Linney, Noah Emmerich, Natasha McClone. Fantastic film this is. If you've not seen it, another one I really recommend checking out. That's The Truman Show. Coming in at number 9, we have Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Thomas Anderson. However, I do believe that both this film and Magnolia are two absolute knockout films. I could have concluded Magnolia in an honourable mention, but we would have been going on for too long otherwise. This, I think, like I said, it's my favourite film of his. It just oozes cool 70s stuff. Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds, who's fantastic in this. You've got Alfred Molina. That whole scene when he goes to his house with the gun. Yeah, that's excellent. William H. Macy, John C. Reilly, Don Cheadle, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Julianne Moore, Heather Graham. Just stacked cast. Fantastic film about the porn industry in the 70s. Yeah, really recommend that if you haven't seen it. It's quite long, but it is worth it. So yeah, that's Boogie Nights. Coming in at number 8 is my favourite Tom Cruise film. I adore this film. As you know, I'm into dramas. This I would put it as a comedy drama. I'll be cheesy. It completes me. Sorry about that. Jerry Maguire. Just a knockout film. And love this edition. I know we don't have a 4K over here. It is one I would get on 4K if we did ever get it. But it comes with the digital code and a booklet and the soundtrack and the Blu-ray. So really nice little set that I've had in the collection for many years now. Put that back. Just like a great film. He plays it's a sports like manager, agent. Sorry, sports agent. Same thing. And he is basically having a bit of a... He's struggling at his place of work, but then he signs Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character, who I believe was nominated for an Oscar for this. No, he wasn't nominated. Silly me. He won for his role in this film. Best Supporting Actor. And rightly so, because he's excellent. You've got Renee Zellweger as obviously his love interest. Jonathan Lipnicki as her son. Bonnie Hunt, who plays her sister. Regina King, who plays Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character's wife. It's a fantastic film. It's the best Cameron Crowe film, edged, like, I mean, just above Almost Famous, I would probably say. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic film. Yeah, that's Jerry Maguire. The best Coen Brothers. No, it's not the. How can I say it's the best Coen Brothers film when the film after this film is also a Coen Brothers film? Coming in at number 6, we have. It's number 6, yeah. Is it 7? 7. Coming in at number 7, sorry. Fargo. Great crime film. Frances McDormand's excellent. Again, William H. Macy, Steve Buscemi, Peter Stormare. The wood chipper scene. Oh, gruesome. Just a great sort of little crime, black comedy sort of film. Like a murder. Just, yeah, really good stuff this is. That is Fargo. Coming in at number 6, we have The Big Lebowski, which is my favourite Coen Brothers film. Just a trip of a film following the dude. It's just, yeah, just such a great film. John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, John Turturro. Yeah, I just think it's just following these characters on this, like, acid trip sort of that they're on. It's like wild. It's not like a film I've ever seen before, and I just absolutely love it. I love how Jeff Bridges portrays the dude. Yeah, just awesome film. Not yet to see the 4K, and I've had this for a while now, so maybe time that I go back and revisit it soon. Top 5 now. Coming in at number 5, I rewatched these, all of them, including the spin-offs, for the first time over the last week. And rewatching this has just solidified this is potentially my favourite comedy of all time, this first film. It just hits all the right notes for me, ticks all the right boxes, whatever you want to say. And it's the original American Pie from 1999, just classic teen comedy, sex comedy, the ultimate one in my opinion. Just laugh a minute. I mean, the pie scene with Jim, and then Jim's dad walks in. It's just iconic, obviously. Finch with Stifler's mum. Yeah, I just absolutely love this film. It's just puts a smile on my face every time I watch it, and I think that's what films are supposed to do, especially a comedy at the end of the day. So yeah, tick for that. That's American Pie. Coming in at number 4, not a surprise. This is probably in most people's top 10 list, and again, one that I rewatched last year. Just is my favourite film from this director, I think. Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, just from the start, the opening credits, all the way through. The dialogue in this film is probably up there with Reservoir Dogs, which I think Reservoir Dogs might be my favourite dialogue from Tarantino. But this is very close. It's just a great story of these characters and their stories sort of intertwining as the film goes on. It unravels, shall we say. Yeah, John Travolta, brilliant in this. Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, Uma Thurman, Tim Roth. It just goes on and on and on, the cast in this. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. Number 3, True Romance. Not directed by Tarantino, but written by him. Another one, I don't think it was last year, it might have been the year before I watched this for the first time. And it hit me right at the right time and on the right level. And I just absolutely instantly fell in love with this film. I adore it. The soundtrack, everybody that's seen it knows the theme music to it. The characters, again, the story, just Tarantino's script works in this. Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, their scene in the film is just top notch. Gary Oldman's mad in this film. Patricia Arquette, obviously. Christian Slater, small role from Brad Pitt. Val Kilmer. Well, I say Val Kilmer very loosely because he's not really in the film. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, True Romance. Now, these next two, the top 2, aren't going to be a surprise to anyone because they're in my top 5 films of all time and I bang on about them often enough. So, number 2 is, of course, Titanic. Just the experiences also I've had watching this film. I watched this film for the first time all the way through during COVID, so probably towards the tail end of 2020. At that point, I was just watching loads of like films for the first time that have now become my favourite films. In fact, I would say a huge majority of what I've just shown was probably watched for the first time during lockdown. A lot on Netflix because it was just when I was starting to collect Blu-rays, so I didn't have as many as I have now to watch. So I did use a lot of streaming back then. Obviously, I wasn't working back then, so I wasn't getting any money to get stuff. So I only had a few things. I think I did have the Blu-ray of this. So it just hit me, and I just fell in love with the story and just the scope of the film. I then revisited it I think 3 years ago now. Whenever it was back for its anniversary release at the cinema, I got the opportunity. I think it was but just over 3 years ago now. I got the opportunity to go and see it on the big screen in the new 4K transfer in 3D as well, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. One of my favourite cinema experiences ever. And then I rewatched not the 4K because for some fucking reason my 4K doesn't play, so I've got a 4K copy that does, and the 4K doesn't play. So I was stuck watching the Blu-ray. Last year I think I rewatched it in the summer. Hits the same for me. It may be 3 hours, but it flew by for me. Yeah, I do need to try and get a cheap replacement copy of the 4K at some point. It's a shame they don't just sell the 4K disc because that's all I really need. I don't really want to just get rid of this because, like I said, it's just the 4K disc that I need really. But yeah, Titanic, obviously. And I'm not going to go on about this too much because I've probably in length talked over an hour in videos about this film before. Forrest Gump, just my favourite film of all time, has been for a long time, probably always will be. It's just a very special film for me. It hits me on the right levels. It hit me at the right time when I first watched it. I connect with the story, the character. I've spoken about it at length in videos before, so if you want to go back, I think I went really in depth on one video to explain why I love it so much. Might be my top 10 films of all time, or something like that. So if you want to know deep thoughts about it, go and watch that because I don't want to drone on about it any more than I already have. I just adore this film, everything it's about. Tom Hanks, the whole cast, Sally Field, like Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, everyone in this film. Yeah, just a perfect film for me, Forrest Gump. So those are my top 10 films from the 90s. I hope you enjoyed my choices. Do you agree with them? Are there any that you feel that I should have mentioned at any point? I mean, it's everyone's list is their list, so there's no right answers for anyone. You could have an absolute dog shit movie on your list, but if you get something out of it and if it means something to you on an emotional level, then why the hell not have it on your list? That is what a top 10 list is for. It's your personal list. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all of the films that I've mentioned down below. Yeah, it's great seeing these sorts of tag videos going around, people giving because there's a lot of crossover in a lot of these lists. I've noticed. I've seen quite a few videos now, especially for this 90s one. And yeah, there is a lot of crossover. But yeah, just great idea. Well, I know I started off the last one, but yeah, it's good that it's being continued through different decades. I mean, some decades I'm not really going to have much of an answer on. If you go back too far, like 70s, 60s, I'm not huge on those. I mean, I could probably put a list together, but I'm not as passionate from films of that era as I am for like 80s, 90s and onwards. So I probably wouldn't be able to talk with as much passion as I have in this video, but I could probably get some sort of list together. Now, if you're going to go back to the 30s, then you can fuck off, because I've only seen a handful of films from the 30s, and I own even less than I've seen, so that I probably don't even have 10, to be fair with you. The 40s, a bit stronger, but the same. I've not seen as many. 50s, a bit more, but I think the 60s I've seen the most out of the older decades. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. I'll stop there. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure when this video will go up. I might try and get it up later on in the week. But like I said, I think I've got another like sort of charity shop pickups video from when I went out with Tim. I've still got to upload that. I've still got to record like a pickups video from when I went away to Chester. I've still not recorded that, so that needs to go up. And I also have started a new like collection series, going through my collection now that I've reorganized it. So I think that's all like the old films that I've got. So I've got quite a few videos going up, and obviously before this comes out, I shall have done another weekly watches as well. So very busy on the channel at the moment. But yeah, that's it. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.